Hello guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today's video we are going to be creating this agency website. Well, this website is basically for people who want to showcase their services which they render to agencies like startup, maybe web3, and maybe software as a service. Okay, so what they do is that they create a high quality design solutions for all these companies, and right here that is exactly what we design on this website. So you don't need to tell your clients, you don't need to be going back and forth with your client. All you need to do is send them your website link, and when they come, they'll go through your website, they'll see the price, how much you charge, they'll see what previous customers have said about you. So this is exactly what we are going to build. And in this design, in this channel we give you the best. When it comes to design, we give you the best, and I make sure every bit of these assets I'm going to provide them as well for you to follow along. So if please I need you all to do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you watch our videos. So this helps us so that we can keep providing you more content in future to come. Else this would be a thing that won't be possible in short time to come, because it won't be a motivation for me to keep on doing this stuff. So I would love it if you guys can subscribe and share our videos, and make sure you like, so that our videos go viral, so we can get wider or audiences. So for now, this is the home page, and as you can see, this is blurry background, the one you see here. Very cool, right? It looks good. And here these are your works you do. As you can see, when I hover in, they kind of pause for a little while, and when I hover out, they kind of go faster. And this is something you can do probably when you hover in and the clients want to click on it to go to that particular your projects you did before for probably another client. Of course you can do that as well, but I didn't integrate that. All you need to do is probably link it up, okay, which isn't hard to do. And the next thing you need to do is when you scroll down, you see the list and the names of the projects as well as their images, okay. And then once you scroll down, and right here we have our logo. This will probably be your logo, which showcase you are the rightful owner of this site, okay. And as you can see, here are the reason why you need to pick this company, you need to work with this company, okay. And also here are the services rendered by this company, this person. So all you need to do is look at the services, anyone that fits you, fine, you can go with the client. And also here are what the previous clients they worked with, what they said about this person, as you can see. And yeah, and here is another section made by grid, and you can see the designs are so cool and minimalistic. So this is the kind of quality things I give on this channel, and I appreciate it if you can keep supporting the channel. And also here are the pricing tag. You need to here are the pricing section, how much you charge, and probably maybe you want to do some custom stuff. Here also you can link your vision, wherever you need to link, you can link it here as well. And also here is how we work, and these are the steps you need to get to a delivery point of whatever projects you're working on. And also, as you can see, you can schedule a call and probably view work. You can, if you own probably you can link it to your WhatsApp, or probably you can link it to Qualcomm, where they can schedule a meeting for you. Okay, or probably you drop your email where they can reach out to you. And also you can see this cool looking animation going around here, and also all these things you will learn how to do it on this video. Okay, and also here I said this is your logo. It shows that you own this site, and then it's very cool. And before we go, one more thing I would like to showcase it, that this website is fully responsive. As you can see, it's fully responsive, and you can scroll down and see all previous sections. Everything looks good, and it's just so good. Okay, and please, if this is your first time to the channel, please leave a like, subscribe, and make sure you share our content with others. Okay, and in the next chapter we are going to start from scratch, writing everything from scratch. So thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I hope you get one or two out of this, and I hope you keep sticking around for future videos to drop. Thank you. The text is right here, but you won't be able to see it. So what I need to do is I need to probably comment that this one. I need to comment it for now, so we can be able to see whatever we are typing. Okay, so here is our text. So let's go back to the layout, and let's go back to the header. So in the header we give it a width of full, and in here we have another div, and here we give it a class name of px to be 4. We give it a background of white, and we reduce the opacity to 80. I'll give it a backdrop of blur to be SM, and then here we also give it a custom background of 0f 0f 0f, like so, 0f 0f 0f, and then we give it an opacity of 25, give it a width of full and a max width of 2 extra large. Okay, and then here, why is this complaining? 0f 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 width of, oh, okay, I think I need to remove this one for now, and then we give it mx to be auto, and then rounded bottom of 3xl, like so. So let's fold this, as you can see. Then the next thing we need to do is give it a div, and give it a class name of flex, justify between items, center, and give it a custom height of 72 pixel, like so. And here we give another div, we give it a class name of flex shrink of 0. I don't think this is even necessary, but I just don't want the image to to shrink. Then we use the next image tag. If you don't know why we are using it, if you can read more about it, next image image optimization, according to web blah blah blah. Okay, so it optimizes this the size, and it gives you visual stability, because some image, when you use them, they are not clear. But if you use this image next package, custom package from next custom component from Next.js, it gives you this clarity of you can see the image size becomes, the visibility becomes way clearer, and it just changes the way the image looks more than how a normal image should look like. It gives you some way, I don't know how to explain it, but it changes this, it removes those blur shade out from your images and make it more way optimized. Okay, so here we're giving it 600. Let's import it. Okay, it's already there. It's probably complaining about height of 600, and then alt tag, maybe logo, and the next thing we want to give it a source. So here we give it a source of slash asset slash logo dot png, and let's see what we're doing. So let's import the image right here. Let's import the header, I mean right here, header, like so. So let's import it, and let's see what we're doing. As you can see, here is our logo. It's right here. So we need to find a way to make it smaller. So let's give it a class name of SM to be from a smaller device. We want it to have a width of 36 and a height as well of 36. And let's give it a normal width of 20 and a height of 20. Transition all, transition all is in out, and duration to be 150, and of course we need to give it as you can see, the image is kind of squish. It's kind of squished right there. Let's see what seems to be the problem. Our height of 72 pixel. Well, why is that image like that? So let's come here and probably give it object cover. As you can see, we have an image here. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, underneath this div right here, we're going to give it a div with a class name of flex space x4. We're going to give it a font of gist, and also in here we're going to have a button. And then here we're going to give it view work, and right here let's give it a class name of textxm, and padding up and down to be 1. Let's give it a width of 100 pixel, and let's give it a height of 40 pixel. And let's give it a background of neutral 700. and text of neutral 300, and also let's give it a rounded of full. Okay, and underneath here we need to get another create another button, and in here we can say schedule call, and also here we give it a class name of PG white, font to be of gist, width of 1 to 1, 1 to 1 pixel, my bad, pixel like so, and we give it a height of 40 pixel. 40 pixel. I don't know if this is too large. I'll probably reduce a little bit. Okay, let me take a little bit. Okay, let me widen this. Okay, so 40 pixel, and we're going to give it a text of neutral 800, like so. And then here we are going to have I do the rounded thing. Okay, let's give it a rounded full, like so. As you can see, we have a good looking button and our image right here. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are done with the header. We are going to see what we rendered here in the body. So apart from the header, we need to render something within the page. Okay, so here is a page, and the first thing first within the page, which is here, the first thing first here is we have a hero section. So here we're going to create hero. Okay, and then in here we're going to create a component and name it hero.tsx rce. So we're going to come back here and import. Just if you just click on the front of this, the front of the last word, then hold your shift down and press the space bar. You should see it, and then there you go, you import it. As you can see, the hero is here. Okay, so what we need to do next is give this a class name, max width of 2XL, mx of auto, and px of 4. And let's hide this, and let's go right into the hero section. And then in here we have a div. I don't know why I keep using this kind of div without even making use of them, but it doesn't matter. For now, let's use this section, and then let's give it a class of px to be 4, margin top of because you can see it's right here, so I want to give it a margin top of 134 pixel, and then underneath here we have a div. Let's give it a class name of max width to be 2XL, and we want to give it mx of it. Mx auto should basically center. If the text was here, and you give it a max, it's probably max width should be somewhere around here and here. So it's the mx auto will center the text, the center whatever element perfectly at the center of the screen, so you don't need to do justify center. So the next thing we need to do is grab our H1 here and whack those in there. So you should see the first text, your vision deserves a world class execution. So the next thing you need to do is have a p tag and whack this in there. So I don't want to be typing this once. The text to 24 pixel, leading of 8. So the leading, basically, if the text are, let me show you by example. I don't want to explain this one. If I should clear it, as you can see, the text is pushed a little bit downward. But if I should use a leading of maybe 3, you'll see it is, you know, it just make the text goes squishing each other. I don't know the word for it, but you get the point. And the next thing we need to get wrap it at another div and have a text in here and paste those as well. Give it a text of neutral 500, give it a text of 14.2 pixel and margin top of 3 and front of gist. So you can see this is what we are having. And probably this is the best time for we to go back to our global.css, which is this one, and uncomment this one, so it all makes sense, as you can see. So it all makes sense. You saw the animation, that was what this transition all was doing. As you can see, the animation will fade out, but if I should bring it in, it will just come in instead of going in and coming out, like, you know. So the next thing we want to do is create a div and give it a class name of flex, justify between, item center, the margin top and bottom to be 3 and height of 72. 72. And this, if you may be wondering why I'm doing this, TailwindCSS doesn't have a height of 72 pixel. They only have from a height of 1, 2, 3. As you can see, there is no 72. Oh, they have 72 pixel. But if I should use this, that's about 18 rem 288 pixel. This is their own height, 288 pixel. While my own is a custom one. So Tailwind doesn't have ordinary 72 pixel. So I'm creating mine right here. The way you do it for normal CSS. So I'm creating mine to be 72 pixel. Okay. So in here we have a div. I'll give it a class name of flex. Space of x will be 4, font of gist. Okay, and then we have the same button, the two we do have before. We paste those here. Okay, so as you can see, we have our button text SM, padding top and bottom to be 1, a custom width of 121 and height of 40. Also the same applied to this one as well. Let me squish. Also same applied to this second button, just that this one has a background of neutral 800. Alright. Now the next thing we need to do is create another div, and then in here we're going to give it a class name, of flex, item center, gap of x will be 2, text will be neutral 400. Then we have this one of drop me an email, and also we have an arrow that says move right. So let me import this. Make sure you are using what's it called, make sure you install Lucid React. Okay, make sure you install Lucid React. So let me take this one out. So you have move right, is this icon right here, and also where are we? Okay, so make sure you install that, and also you right here you grab this yeah, so you grab a span, give it a text of neutral of 200 and your email address. So right here we have another div, and in here we have a class name of text neutral 500, and give it a margin top of 5. Okay, and here you write trusted by industries leaders. So I'm going to use some SVGs, which you can, I'll provide a link of them in the description. You can have them once you need them. So I'm just going to copy paste them. I'm just going to copy paste them because these are way too long SVGs, and I can't keep typing SVGs one after the other. So what I need to do, I'm going to grab them and paste them as well. See, I can't be typing all of this, so I'll provide a link to these SVGs if you need them. So if you go to there, you can see the SVGs right here. They are all right here. Okay, and the next thing, we're done with this hero. We go back to our page here. We're done with the header, we're done with the layout. So what we need to do is come here and create I really want to have this walk to be the last thing. So let's create it, but that will be the last thing because there we have some logic. Walk.tsx. Okay, so here we have the walk, and here we need to import it. Make sure you import walk from underscore components /4/walk. So here I'm going to comment that out for now. And the next thing we need to do is create I mean, you can do this in whatever page you like, but I just want to do it here. So what I need to do is I want to display the image you want. So this image is an SVG. I don't know if I can remember. It's an SVG. So that's an SVG, and I want to place it somewhere here. So how do we do that? Next, you're going to give this a width of 600 and give it a height of 600, and you give it a class name of transition. I don't know because by default on smaller screen it won't be visible, but on larger screen it's going to be visible. And then give it a duration of 200, or you can give it 300, I don't know. And then give it a hidden. Then on the SM, make it block. Here you can make it fixed, and give it a bottom of 1, and a cursor of not allowed, and then give it a right of 24, not 2.5, to whatever it is. Another one, then you give it a z index of 10. Okay, like so, and then give it a source of assets, and then give it hh.svg, like so. Wait for it to load. Let's see what we got here. As you can see, we have an image here, we have something here. As you can see, the icon is there. Okay, so what we need to do next is work on the y-os. So here you create your y-os dot tsx rce, and then here we have the y-os. Let's go to the components. Here we have a happy client. Let me see. Okay, so here we need to give it let's close it. Let's give it a class name of large. We want the margin top to be 499. Damn, that's so high. 499 pixel, and a pattern top of a custom of 19 pixel, and an SM of pattern top to be 40 pixel, and medium size, we want the pattern top to be a custom size of 80 pixel, like so. And in here we have a section. I don't think this section is necessary, especially we are giving it, okay, let's remove this. Let's give it a div, or probably I would have loved to use this section. Okay, let's go with this section, and give it a class of max width of 7 extra large, and mx of auto, and in here we have a h2 that says y-os, like so, and a div and a paragraph. So let's, you can use, if you're using VS Code, you can literally use lorem maybe 40, and it will auto generate some random text like this for you. You don't need to write all what I'm writing, but if you're using VS Code, you can just press that and it will automatically generate this for you. Okay, so here we need to render, why is this? Okay, probably still missing an alt tag of probably trademark, like so. So here we need to render the YOS. Like so, we need to import that. Okay, let's wait for it to load. Okay, so as you can see, we have the YOS and the order text here is right here, but I didn't style it, so let's remove them. It's not needed. Let's remove them. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is come down here, okay, and give it a div, another div, and here we give it a class name of flex item center, gap of x to be 2, margin top to be 3, and also we give it a div here. We give it a class of bg to be neutral 900, and also width of fit. Give it a padding of 2.5 rounded LG, border to be of neutral 700. Watch this, and let's give it a border. I mean, I should have given it border first and here a border. Don't get this wrong. All YouTubers have their already made sheet where they record the type from the code they already made. So just that my screen is small, so I can't do that. That's why you have me using this one right here. But time to time, you see, I get to preview, I get to let you guys see whatever we are working on. Okay, so for time to come, once I get monetized, I'll get a very bigger screen, so yeah, I can, be keeping this on the side where I won't be pushing it on the way, and using the older side to record. But for now, bear with me, this is all we have right now, and let's keep going. So here we have this is from it's an icon from React Icon, so make sure you install npm React Icons. It's oh boy, make sure you have React Icons installed if you haven't, because make sure you have your React Icons. I think I'm getting this. Is it a valid image? Well, it still shows. So have a valid icon. As you can see, the icon is here, and we need to keep on coding. And here we have a p tag. And here we need to do that, and also we need to copy some of this again, but let me type them out for now for transparency's sake. And we have another one here, just similar style. So let me comment okay, let me bring that back and then give it a flex items of center, give the gap x of 2, margin top of 3, a div with a class name of bg neutral 900, and a width of it, a pattern. As you can see, we're repeating ourselves, so we don't want to keep doing that. So this should be the last one I'll do. LG, and also border neutral to be 700, like so. and let's give it a border. In here we need to grab this one again, paste that in here, and have this text, okay, and then we paste those in here. So the last one, which is this, I'm just going to copy it, and it's pretty much the same. Copy it and then paste down here. So as you can see, we have this for here. If you want to do it, you can do it in a different way. Probably write them in an array and then map through them. That will be way easier as well if you want to. But just doing it the simplest way for you guys. I mean, we're trying to improve on our design skills here, okay? So here we give it a div with the text in here as well. Let's see what it looks like. As you can see, we have our text. So here we are done with that. We need to create another div. Give it a class name of flex, item center, gap of x to be 6, and margin top to be 7. A div here, a class name of flex, item of center, and then we give this negative space of x of 2. And then here we have some images like so. I mean, you can use whatever image you need, but for now let me try using next image here. Let's give it a width. Let's import this from next image. Give it a width of 700 and a height of 700. Yep. And now it's going to complain that I need to add this to our, as you can see. So let's go to this doc and see how we can solve this error. I mean, I can use this image and it won't cause any harm, but it won't be optimized. Okay, it won't be optimized. Let's see why this is going. Okay. Okay, so here we have the next image unconfigured host. Why this error? One of your page that leverage the next image component passed a source value that uses a host name in the URL that isn't defined in the image remote patterns in the next config. So what we need to do, we need to go to our next config here, this one. Make sure it is this one, and what you need to do is copy all of this, okay, and paste them in here. And now the remote patterns for which this is complaining about is from this host name, this one. So we copy that and we paste those in here, and here is a part that this should allow whenever we, let's assume we have a path name, a folder name account 123. So this is trying to tell you that if this image is in any, if the file is in under and if the file is under the folder called account, then allow it. But for now we don't have anything as that, so we're going to comment that out, and then let's refresh and see. And also this port, we don't need it. Okay, so that will be all for now. Let's wait to see. As you can see, starting ready. Let's wait for it. As you can see, we are back on track. So the next thing we need to do is close it, and we're going to copy this same thing, probably copy this and add it down here and name here image like so, and give it a source as this. Okay, and that will fix it. And then the next thing we need to do down here is create another div. I mean, you can use any from your local computer, that's no problem. And here we give it a text of stone, we give it a class name of text of stone 500. And here we need to comment this, copy this, and just name it whatever your studio name is, as you can see. Okay, we are progressing. The next thing we need to do, we are done with the YOS. As you can see, we are done, pretty much straightforward with the YOS. Okay, so what we need to do next is go back to our page, and we need to have our services. Go back to our page, and here we need to create a new component and name it our services, like so. And here we need to, let me just copy the name. We need to create another component and name it our services.tsx. RFCE, hit enter, and then we close this bar, and then we hit to go in our services. Whoa. So the next thing here we need to do is grab some of these icons. We're going to need them, and slap those in here, and then close this. Here we're going to give it a margin, a class name of margin top to be 10. We're going to give it a div of class names to be max, width to be 7 extra large, mx to be order, auto, yep. And then we're going to give it a header of h2. Is it called heading text? Yeah, heading text. And we're going to have a div. Here we have another text, Like I told you, if you don't have this tag, you can just say lorem ipsum. Maybe it's worth it to auto generate some stuff for you. So let me import this one. So it will auto import, auto create the lorem ipsum text for you. As you can see, it will be right here. Okay. But that is not what we're going to be using. I already have one prepared already, so I'm just going to copy this one and paste those in here. I think I didn't copy very well, so copy them and paste those in here. And also we have to copy again here and paste those in here. Okay. The next thing we need to do is give it a class name and make it a grid. From the original version, you can see here we have this grid, this one. So this is what we're going to be creating. Give it a grid, and on SM devices, give it a grid cost of 3. On the medium devices, give it a grid cost of 3 as well. And on a large devices, give it a grid cost of 3. Am I sure? 3, 3, 3. Whoops. And give it a gap of 4. Also margin top of 10. Okay. And here we have a div. Give it a class name of height of 86 pixel. Then here we give it a background of neutral 90, like so. Wait, what? Not 90, 900. Okay, let's go with 900, and let's give it a rounded of extra large, and also let's give it a padding of 3. Let's give it a text of SM, and also font surges, and also give it a border. Let's give it a border, and a border of neutral of 800. Also, let's give it a text of white. Okay. So the border is the line. You have this line as the border, and the border neutral 800 is the color size of the border. So if I say 100 and you see it will be way lighter, but if I use 800 it will be way darker. And the next thing we're going to do is have this text all on it. So here we have a BS field hat, like so, and then we have a text here. Maybe let's just shorten this so it looks way better. So the next thing we're going to do, they look pretty much identical, so we are going to do a little bit of pasting in here. As you can see, the same size, the same class name, so it won't be a bad thing to just copy it and paste. As you can see, same height, same class name. Okay, so I just have to copy that and paste, and also I need to copy this one and paste as well. Copy this one and paste, and copy this one and paste, copy this one and paste, like so. I mean, if you want to do it a little way better, you can create an object of an array, or array of an object. Yeah, array of an object, and pretty much this will still work. So let's see what we got here. As you can see, we have this. I think I need to reduce this. As you can see, I just wanted to have something small. Let me remove that. Okay, and this as well, and then probably this one is still looking good. This one, and then this one. Okay, so as you can see, it's all looking good. So here is where we're going to have the slider. So as you can see, we are getting there little by little. Let's close this tab, and the next thing we need to do is we are done with the our services. So let's go back to page, and then we need to create the happy client. Here we say the happy client. Okay, here we need to create the happy client.csx, like so. FCE, import that, and let's go into the happy client. Over here we need to use this section, like so. Close this, go back to home page, import this, come back here and give it a class name of margin top to be 10. We give it a div, a class name of a max width of 7 extra large. I know I would have used this value at I could have used it in the layout, but I was kind of using it so I can get the same height width with this header, because there's something going on. I don't know if probably it's because of the fixed position. It was kind of not working, so I decided to use it everywhere. But there's another tip. You can use it in the layout and it will still work fine if you want to. Okay, here we have the H2 and say happy client, and in here we have the div. Like here we have our P, given a text of neutral 400, text of 14.2, and font of gist. As you can see, straightforward. And in here we have another div, and in here in the div we have another div, and give it a class name of border and here border, it will be neutral of 800, and let's give it a rounded of extra large, and then margin top and bottom to be 5, padding to be 5, and a custom value of background color of 1414, like so. And we're gonna have a div of class, give it a flex, give it items of center, justify, between, and we're gonna give it a div as well right here, and in here we're going to have a div and also a paragraph. So let's paste those in here. Give it a text of neutral 200 and text of extra of small, and also a paragraph of text neutral 600 and a text small of text small, and also the name. So the next thing we're going to do here next is going to use the div. In here we're going to use next image, which is good for optimization. So let's check for next image, this one, and let's give it a source of this. Let's paste those in here, and then let's give it a width of 700 and a height of 700 pixels. Okay, let's see what we have so far. As you can see, here's our image. Okay, so what we need to do next is come down here and create a line. As you can see from the original side, there's this line. Let me zoom in. There's this line, this one. So this is exactly what we're going to create. Okay, as you can see, this is site in its full glory. If you want to see it, very clean, very minimalistic, very straightforward. It doesn't have much complaint. It just goes straight to the point. It's a cool looking design. Okay, these are things you need to take into consideration when you are building your own agency website. Don't include those too much animation. Just just make it simple and clean. This will make you stand out. Okay, so what we need to do is come back to this happy client, and we need to use that div. So let me give it a border, and the border style to be dash. We have disk, we have some other types. Let me see. We have the dash, we have the dotted, we have the double. I don't know. Let me try it. Okay, that one is different. So let me just use the dashed. As you can see, we have the dash. So what we need to do next is give it a div, give it a class name of margin top to be free, and then here we give it a paragraph. Let me copy the paragraph here and work this in here, and also we have another paragraph, work this in here as well. We have another paragraph, slap this in there as well. So we have those ones. As you can see, here is what the client said, and we're going to do the same thing. Let me cross check here. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, but with a different pretty much the same type of this, what we just did here, pretty much the same thing we're going to use, but with a different text. So I'm just going to copy what exactly okay, let me not copy, let me type everything. Okay, class name border, here as well, border to be neutral 800, and here we have the rounded extra large, and here margin top and bottom to be 5, and the paragraph to be 5 as well, and the background should be #141414, like so. And in here we have a div, give it a class name of flex item center, justify between, and in here we have another div, then we have a paragraph. So let me just copy this paragraph, paste those in here, and underneath there we have another div. In here we have an image, but let me copy this and then paste those in here, and then we have this as well, underneath here. So let's take a look. Something is going wrong here, but we're going to fix it. Okay, so we have that in there. Let me see. Okay, we have that in there. Let's see what we are missing. Okay, so right here we need to give it a div, give it a class name of border, and a border type of dash. No, my bad. Then we give it a margin top of 3. Okay, and then here we give it a paragraph, this one, and you can see, grab all of this and paste those as well in there. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I think there's a mistake with this border. Let's see what we did wrong there. Here we give it a border neutral, as you can see. So we have a very cool looking style right there. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is replace this one with the next image, and also give it a width of 700 or 800 and a height of 700. As you can see, so it will be happy. And then down underneath this one we're going to have the same thing. So I think I'm done repeating ourselves, so I need to just paste this last one here. You all understood what I did in the last two parts, and we have some other ones down here, but let me type this one out so I don't get you guys confused. Okay, so right here we have let me think. Okay, right here we have we did the last one right here, and now what we need to do is come down here and make a grid. And make it grid of course of 2 and gap of 4. Okay, and here we give it a class name of border of neutral 800, rounded extra large, padding to 5, and also a BG of 141414 141414. Okay, let's give it a div. Here is the first div because we're displaying grid, so it will be a grid column of 2 around the medium size, but it will be a grid of 1 in a smaller device. Okay, let's give it a class name, give it a flex, give it an items of center, give it justify between, and justify between. Okay, so here we need to have a div with a h5 of a name and also a padding okay. So what we need to do here is grab this image and paste in here. It's just an image with a width of 4, height of 4, rounded full, and object of cover. Let's see what that looks like. As you can see, there's an image here. And the next thing we need to do next is that dotted line. So here it is, we're going to use it, and we're going to give it a div, and we're going to give it a class name of margin top to be free. We're going to give it a text to be of this, and also another text of this. As you can see, it's making sense right now, and we're pretty going to do the same thing underneath here. So let me just copy this and paste them, given a border of dash margin top okay, so I'm given a border and a border neutral of 800 and rounded extra, and just the same thing we did in the first part. We did just the same thing. So here, let me just rename this. We have type the image and give it a width of 800 and height of 800. So just similar stuff we did here. We just don't want to keep typing the same thing over again, and a height of 800 as well. So let me refresh. So after we have grabbed those one, let me just fold them. We are pretty much done with that section. As you can see, looks good in it. Okay, we have our image here looking down pretty well, all good to go. And what we need to do next, in the next chapter, we are going to create the pricing tag, and in here you're going to see how we are to do different way of rendering to cards. Compared to this, you can see in here we have a pricing section with two different it's the same card but with two different details rendered on this card. So in the next section you're going to see how we do that. And if you are new to the channel, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and make sure please you share our video. And if you do not understand anything, comment down below and I will respond to your question. Welcome back to this chapter, and in this chapter we're going to create the pricing section. So let's do that. So let's create another component right here in this component folder, pricing.tsx, and then here RFCE just to spin up with the boilerplate. And in here we are going to go into the pricing section. Let me collapse all of this. Okay, so the thing I'm going to do right now is grab some of the icons, but let me first create this class name, margin top of 8, give it a div, give it a class name of max width of 7XL, and give it a text of white and font gist, like so. And then underneath here we're going to grab this H2 and slap those in there, and then go back to our okay, so let me import the price. Let's see, pricing, like so. So here we've imported, and then when we scroll down here, let's refresh. So we're going to have the pricing down there, and we want to create this div again, and in here we are going to copy this and paste in here. Okay, and then we're going to create another div right here. Give it a class name of grid sm to be grid equals 2, and give it a gap of 4, a margin top of 9. Let's give it another div, give it a class name of border, and answer here border neutral 800. Let's give it a rounded of extra large rounded, and now let's give it a padding of 4 and a custom background of 141414, and then in here we are going to have this in it. So let me grab this. In here is a div with a flex item setter, a gap of 2, gap x at the horizontal of 2, and text white. And here on icons we are just importing for React icons, and then this one from Lucid React as well. And then here we have a 1, and here we have design. Okay, now what we need to do is have a div with a h2 net. Let's say here we say hello, and then in here we're gonna give it a class name of text to extra large font of G's, and text to be neutral 200 my of 2, like so. So underneath here we need to have a p tag of class text sm, and text should be neutral 400 on the my of 2. In here you grab your text and you paste it here. So underneath here is where we want to render some features, but before that I'm going to probably use dummy data. Here we'll give it a border and then here border type of dashed, also margin top of 4, and then border to be neutral 800. Okay, and in here as you can see we have an array of some stuff going on here. So let's say hello, let's see how that looks like. As you can see we have a heading there, and also here we have basically this is what we want to achieve, these ones, this stuff right here, that's what we want to achieve. So I'm going to finish off this before we come back to it, okay? And then in here all we need to do is have a div here giving a border, and a border of type of dash margin top, and a border neutral for the border style. And then we have a button of share your vision, and also right here we give it a class name of we'll give it a class name of width of full, margin top of 5, height of 40 pixel, rounded 3 times extra large, BG neutral 700, and text of white. Okay, let's see how that looks like. As you can see here, now the next thing we need to do is as you can see it's the same div, it's the same kind of div but a different one. So everything works pretty the same thing, but for now let's comment this out and let's work on this these features here. As you can see, we pass this feature as a props down from here. So what we need to do is come here. In here we pass in the feature title to be of that custom, let's say custom price. Okay, that is passing as props. What is he saying? Okay, it's trying to complain because I didn't pass it as props on the other side. So here we have a features, and this features has card details, and here the card details is an arrays of icon and text. We have here all icon and text is an array of objects. So what I need to do is copy this because typing this all one is not going to help us. So let's just copy everything and paste this in here. And what we need to do is get the icons, and this is coming from React Icons. Figma is coming from Figma and Lucid React. Framer is coming from Lucid React. Palette is coming from Lucid React. Circle check is coming from Lucid React. Circle check as well is coming from Lucid React. So we are going to pass these details down to these props here. And then here we have the button text. We are going to type let's work together, like so. Oh, so my bad. It should be in here. So yeah, we should have this text. Let's work together. So let's go back to our pricing. Let me clean this. Go back to your pricing, and in here we have to take in the props. And then in here we have to get the features, button text, and also the title. The features type of an array. The button text, the type of string, the title, type of string. So right here underneath where we need to map through the feature here, this place. So we set the features that map each item, and here is the index. Here is the div, and in this div we have to make here flex item center, padding top on the bottom 0.5, gap x to be of 3, and the text should be of neutral 400. 400, and then here we give the text of SM, and margin top of 2. Okay, so in here we are going to map through the display the item dot item.icon, and then also we have the item dot text like so. So let's check that and see how that looks like. As you can see, I'm having a border here. What is going on? There's something going on. Everything border dashed. Okay. This should be this shouldn't be this should be just it should have ended here. So you can see what our border dashed, margin top, and then underneath here okay, now it's looking pretty good. You just need to reload or refresh, it will come back on. So the next thing we need to do is create the second, this one. Okay. In here we are going to expand pretty much the same styling, the same styling and all of that. So I'm just going to copy and paste this side of the code and explain. As you can see, we have the same border, the same style of border we did here on this one. On this one here, it has the same border, neutral 800, the same thing. So the only difference right here is that here is using the zap icon from Usage React, and also is using the card design, which right here we didn't pass from the other side. So here we're just going to define it right here. So here we have the calendar days, import those. You have Figma, you have the circle check, import those, as well as this. So there you go, giving them all the same class names. As you can see, just the difference in is the text here are different. If you want, you can pause this here and then type everything by yourself. And yeah, that is it for the pricing section. I kind of feel like this page is a little bit this one shouldn't be this way. Margin top or 5. Why should it be 5? Let's say that. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. As you can see, and the header is still having this logo issue, so let me check the header. Logo.png. And say why okay, there we have our logo. So let's close this one out, and our text is pretty much working well. So let me expand. As you can see, everything is working well, clean and nice. Alright. So the next thing we are going to do is create the next component, which is this one. Okay. .cxx. So here we are going to go into that folder, and this is pretty much straightforward, but let's write it rfca, and right here I give the class name of max width of 7 extra large, mx to be auto, and the margin top of 9. And also here we give it h2. Why did I even have this div here in the first place? So let's give it a h2 of how we work. And also inside this div we have a paragraph, which is this one, and then you whack this in there. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to have another div. Give it a class name or grid calls 1. Also at smaller devices we want to make it grid calls 2, and then we give it a gap of 4 or margin top of 10. Okay. Here we have a div. We'll give it a class name of bg, a custom one of as a 14141414. Also we'll make it rounded extra large, and then p to be 4 and text to be 4. Text should be sm, and also we give it a font of cheese, and we'll give it a border, and a border of neutral 800, border neutral 800. let's give it a text of white. And let's give it a div. A div with a class name of flex, item center, and gap of x to be 2. And here we need to give it a h3. Let me just copy what's in there and expand and paste them here. Let me go back to the home page and import how we work this one. Import it. Okay. Then the next thing you want to do is underneath this div, have under p tag, paste it underneath here. Then outside this div, we need a div again. We need a div again with the same thing but with different icons. So I'm just going to copy them because they are the same thing, or probably I need to just write it. bg hash 141414 rounded extra large p of 4 text of sm font of gist and also a border and a border neutral 800. Border neutral not 800. So the next thing there is a flex box, a div here with a class name of flex, item center, and then gap of x to be 2. And then let's give it a h and a span of what it is. Also, let's give copy the paragraph. Okay, so the same thing happening here. I just folded these ones, so we need to do that as well. Give it a div, class name bg hash 141414, and also give it a rounded of extra large. We give it a padding of 4, we give it a text of sm and a font of gist, also with a border of have I given it? No, let's give it a border of neutral 800, like so, and then the text should be of white. As you can see, we have been doing the same thing, but for my promise I made earlier that I'm not going to skip it in. I just want to, do everything from scratch. What? BG141414. I think I made a mistake here. This shouldn't be the same style. This should be something else. This should be flex item center, and then gap of x should be 2, like so. And then the same thing, paste in here. Also the same thing, and then paste those in here. Is all this going well? Wait a minute. Okay, let me remove this. Where are we? We're in number 2. We should be thinking of number 3. Okay, so here's the number 3. I was searching for it. So here's the number 3. We have the color, we have everything left. All we need to do is to have a div with a class name of flex item center and a gap of x of 2. Okay, like so. And we have the h1 h2 stuff going on right there, and then we have a paragraph here. Okay, so let's check what we're doing so far. Okay, see, as you can see, it's coming live. So what I need to do is give this a text of white. Where is it? Research, which is this one. I probably forgot to give it text. Text of white, like so. This should change. Text of white here. Okay, so let's paste it here, like so. As you can see, it's making way better than making sense right now. Okay, so here we have this section. The next one we have is pretty much the same thing, so I'm just going to copy the last one. Probably the code that may look different a little bit, but the rest looks pretty the same thing. Okay. Okay. So here's the last one. You should see the last one here. As you can see, it's fully responsive. Okay. Okay, so we can zoom in or zoom out. As you can see, we still have it here. So the next thing we need to do is go back to the and have how we work, and I have elevate this one. And elevate, we are going to create a footer here, and then here we name it the elevate. Okay, come on, elevate.txx. Okay, RFCE, and then in here the elevate, I don't think we have much in this component, just little. So what I'm going to do is type it out real quick. So we have a class name of mx, width of 7 extra large, mx to be of auto, and then here we have margin top to be 12. And here we have h1 here. So here we have a div. Okay, give it a class name of specify between an item here should be flex item setter, and then margin top and bottom to be 2, and then we give it a height of custom of 72 pixel. Okay, so the next thing for next you're going to do is create another div in between, give it a class name of flex space x of 2, and give it a font of G smooth. Let's grab this button. So here are the buttons. Let's grab these ones as well. Pretty basic stuff, okay? There's not much going on here. Basic stuff. And here we are getting an error because we need to import this one. An icon from movie rights from Lucid. So you need to import that. Okay. Elevate. I need to import elevate. As you can see, we have the elevate here, and okay, let me paste here. It's still the same. Okay. Now the last thing we are going to do, we're going to do the footer. Okay, we're going to create the footer, and here we have the footer, which is here. Here now. So we are going to name a component right here, and we're going to name it footer.css and save. It's pretty basic. If you can check here, there isn't much going on here, so just copy here and paste it here. As you can see, I explain here. flex justifies a between for them to go different places, different sides. A margin top 16, margin bottom 15, 4th gist text SM, and here we did the get full here, and also here for the inline animation we have to have this inline flex animate shine. This is something I created on the CSS, so you have to use this keyword, and here is in your Tailwind config. Yeah, inside your Tailwind config you see it has animation shine 2 seconds linear infinite, and also here we have the keyframe from this background color to this background color. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's import footer, and let's wait for it to load. As you can see, we have this animation playing right here. So the other thing we need to do is create the slider. Where is it? This one. This is what we need to create in the next chapter. So I hope to see you guys soon, and do make sure you leave a like and you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So I'll see you guys in the next chapter. In this chapter we are going to be working on the work component. So in here we have the margin top, and because in here is where we're going to call our slider component. Okay, so let's get right into it without wasting much of our time. So here we need to use the class name, and we use the margin top of 32 and px to be 4, and we need to use a div here with a class name of max width of 7 extra large, mx to be auto, and then we have h2, and then underneath here we have a div. Also in here we have a div, and in here we have the class name to be, on a larger screen it should be absolute, and then relative md to be left of 0, and the md right of 0. And here we have the slider component. Slider. In here we are going to be building the slider component. So for now, let's just comment this one out. We'll get back there. Let me remove this. So let's build the slider component. Here, create slider.tsx, rfce. Okay, so let's go into the slider component. Here we're going to turn here to use client. Okay, and we're going to import some stuff from going to import cn from the lib here in the cn. This is the cn function, and also here we are going to import the use motion value, the animate and the motion for frame of motion, and the use measure from React use measure. Okay, so what we need to do is type some interface. Type infinite slide props here, and then here we are going to give the children of type of React node. Okay, and then we have gap, which is of optional, but which is of number. We have duration, which is of optional as well, which is of type number, and we have duration on hover. Duration on hover, and this also is optional, and we are going to either use horizontally or we're going to use vertical. Horizontal or vertical. Okay, now this one, like so, and we're going to give it the reverse, and we're going to set it to a boolean, and the class name of type string. Okay, so here let's just remove this. So here we are going to passing the props here. Make it infinite slider props. We got children. We have the gap. We have duration hover. Duration on hover. We have direction. Did I pass in duration? Oh, no, not this one. Let me just grab this too, like so. Direction, like so. And then we have the reverse, which by default should be false, and then we pass in class names. And then in here we are going to use some of these state current duration, set current duration equals to use state. Initially we're going to give it passing the duration here, which here is whatever duration we passed from the is whatever duration we passed in here. We only pass duration on hover. Okay, so we set the duration to be 70 actually. Here we set it to be 70, and what? 70, and What is wrong here? 70. There you go. And then we give it a gap of 3, and then we give it a direction of horizontally, and then the reverse should be false. So here we give it a duration of 70. Okay, so const, we need the ref. Also we need the ref is basically where we're going to hook this measurement. Yeah, we have the width and we have the height, and all of this is coming from the use measure. Alright, and we're going to use the translation from the use motion. The use motion, they are all is used for mostly tracking the motion values. Yeah, so it's just used for tracking motion values, and then here we are going to call the is transitioning set is transitioning and then we set it to use state of false, and then we set the translation we set it to be use motion value, and then initially we pass it to 0, and const key set key equals to use state of 0. Okay, so the first thing first, we're going to use the use effect, and let's controls, and now we want to set the size. If the direction is horizontally, then we want to use the width which we got from the use measure. And here, please if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, as this helps us to grow, and it helps us to motivate us to keep on doing content. Okay, and make sure you share and like the videos. If you have any comments or doubts, leave in the comment section, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so content size is equals to, okay, so before that we need to check the size of this content. Const size equals to, if the direction is equals horizontal, then use the width, else use the height. Else use the height, like so. So content size is equals to the, if the size, that's the width of it plus the gap, because here we give the gap to be 3. So it's it's including the space of the gaps you see on the original side there's this gap you see. Yeah, there's this gap here. So these are the content size from here to here. They are content size plus the gaps. Okay. So let's keep going. Then const from, if there is a reverse, const from, if reverse is true, then we want to set the context size. We want to, like, instead of having it go forward, then we want to make it go backward, divided by 2, or make it 0. That's from where it will be coming from. Else, let me duplicate this one. Then here it should be 2. If the reverse is passed, then make it to be 0, divide by 2. Remove this. My bad. Let me cut this one. Okay, so here if it is passed, then we want it to divide by 0. Then else, here it should keep going forward. Let me see how I can explain this very well. It calculates the content size plus the, I already did that. I'm only trying to see how. Okay, let's just go forward. If it's transitioning, then control, goes to animate, translation, delegate, and 2. If a bit of linear, okay, and then the duration to be of current duration times math dot apps translation get the and then here content size, okay, and if it's completed or complete, then we're calling this function that will set the transition back to false, and then set the key at wherever the previous key was, +1. Like so. Then else, once you set the controls, equals to animate translation from onto this, then give it a linear, give it a direction of type of current duration, direction. Current, did you make current? Yeah, I mean current duration. I mean this one. Yeah. Current duration. Repeat it to be infinite. And give it a repeat type of loop. A repeat delay of 0. So on repeat, translation dot set from like so. Then down here we need to return the controls, stop, like so. Then under here we need to pass in some, wait, what is yeah, so we need to pass key here, we need to pass translation here, current duration here, another one, current duration, okay, I made a mistake here, I'm using double E there, current duration. We'll fix that later, or maybe it doesn't even matter. We're passing the weight, we're passing the height, and here we're passing gap, we're passing is transitioning, is transitioning and then we pass in the direction and the reverse. Okay. Here we say const over prot also duration on hover. If we have the duration on hover, then here else we just do nothing. Say on hover, let's say on hover start. On hover start, here we set the set transitioning to be true, and here we set current duration to be whatever the duration on hover is. Okay, then here on hover end, here we set we call in a function, and then we set is transitioning to true, then set current duration to whatever the duration was before. Okay, so here in the return div we give it a class name, but this time we're going to use our cn. And let's import it. We already have cn import, and here we give it overflow to be hidden, and then give it a class name. If you want to pass an external class name, well, that would be possible as well. And then here we have another div, and we'll give it a class name of lex item center wmax, and give it a style of if we pass in a direction, and the direction is equals to horizontal, then we want to run this piece of code. The x-axis we want to translation, else we're going to do the y translation, and also we are going to give it a gap of gap. Remember, we pass the gap here, and by default we gave it to be of 3. Okay, gap, and here we pass in the ref so as to keep the ref hook to the element that needs to be measured. And here we have the hover props, and then here we pass the children and children. Why is this on repeat? Oh, it's a function like so. On repeat a function. Let me see. Okay. So we are done with that. So what we need to do next is come here and comment this slider, and we passed in some props here. So here something like duration on hover. We I give it like 295, and here we give it a gap of 10, and in here we need to map through and here is a little this thing I prepared here. And then here you map through them, which is let me just use it here and then see how they work. So I'm just mapping through the project and giving it a key of ID and also an image here. Let me use the next image and give it a width of 700 and a height of 700. Okay, so here we're just mapping through them and passing the necessary stuff that needs to be passed in. Slider, so let me import slider. Okay, and mind you, I'm having the images right here in my public folder. As you can see, I have the images here. Alright, so let's see. I refresh, and what we need to do is come to this home page and import work, this one. Did we write it? Okay, we need to use the use client here. As you can see, it's back, but we can't seem to be having our image here. Why is this happening? Oh, there it goes. It's kind of loading. Let's reload again. It seems it's not yet working. So let's check our code why it's not yet working. Let's go back to our slider. um, so where is it? Import it like so. As you can see, our slider is working, but I think our image is not the way it should be. Let me see. Okay, let's give it 200. Let's see. So as you can see, we have our images coming in. Maybe 400. Maybe 600. As you can see, the image, they look kind of blurry at first, but I think I need to go back using this one. As you can see, it brings out its full glory. As you can see, it's reversing initially from if there's nothing past in it, it's reversed because it's expecting those props, but it's not getting any. So here is our slider working way perfectly, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please help support the channel once again, and we'll keep on building more projects for you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. And in the next video, we're probably going to be doing something like a mini Notion or probably a blog website. So it's either we're going to be creating a Notion like or a blog website. So I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for being part of this project, to this watching to this end, and I really do hope you keep supporting us by watching our videos to the end. Thank you so much for everything. So I'll see you guys in the next.